appreciate the things you've done for me, because matter of fact, I can say you actually saved my life, you know, with the,
well, that's,
you know, giving me the treatment.
Pretty strong.
Well, it's true, you know, because I believe, you know, if it wasn't for you, I would have never got into treatment. I would have never, you know, would be the place I am now.
He's devoted to the people that he's serving, and I think has been a real asset to our courts and to this community during the terms of service, as I guess we call him the shepherd of the streets.
It's a matter of trying to be an advocate, to be a voice for people who essentially, because they have no money, have no power, have no voice. Hi.
He's called the Shepherd of the Streets. As a minister of the Lutheran faith, Reverend Merle Carlson has a unique ministry. His parish is the streets. His calling is one of dedication to the people he feels need him most.
I rarely go by Reverend, I guess. Many of the people in the streets call me Merle, or maybe the Reverend, or something of that nature. But the familiarity with the church, particularly institutional church or churchiness, is almost non-existent. And even wearing the collar, which I wear basically for the benefit of the institutions, you know, I mean, going to a hospital, it's an identifier. Going to the prison, it's an identifier, or the jail, or wherever it might be. Many of the people who are caught up in the criminal justice system I've already known as members of the community. Perhaps when they were picked up, arrested, I got a call from them because they felt I could be of some help to them. But the ministry is a ministry to people that continues on through whatever the vicissitudes are, the jail, the court, the prison or workhouse. I'm Reverend Merle Carlson. I have a non-employee pass.
A typical day for Reverend Carlson begins with breakfast at a small downtown restaurant. There he follows a loose routine, depending on what that day brings.
Well, I found that I have to try to provide a little structure to my work, though I deal with people who are essentially unstructured in the way they approach life. For one who's pretty much a part of the mainstream, I find it necessary to start with a certain amount of structure. But it goes on from there, and I have a phone number. As you said, no office. I have a phone number. People call my number, and I keep in contact with that number during the day and try to go to where people are. I rarely try to schedule people to meet me here or there or some other place at a given time, but usually go to where the problem is.
Due to the nature of his ministry, Reverend Carlson spends a good deal of time in the criminal justice system. He's often called to post bail with the funds he receives from donations.
Well, the court system is an adversary system, obviously, and those who are on the other side of the fence are adversaries, whether it's specifically in court or whether it has to do with such things as bails. But I have been involved in a lot of bails for people who, for lack of money, simply have not been able to buy their way out of jail. And that's essentially at the threshold of the criminal justice system. We have that possibility. You can buy yourself out of jail if you have the money. If you don't, you sit there. And I think there's something very unjust about the bail system. And of course, I've tried in some small way to remedy that, at least in the Ramsey County area.
When a bondsman bails somebody out of here, they're done with them when they get out. Whereas with Reverend Carlson, he does a lot of follow-up work. He's been known to go out to the workhouse on a regular basis, and he also goes to the prison. follows these people up, and when they get out on the street, he follows them out there too, tries to get jobs, and somebody who cares for the down and out.
Well, there are periods of discouragement. I think first of all a person needs to understand that in dealing with problems of long standing, small gains are significant. But I really enjoy doing what I'm doing, and maybe enjoy isn't even the best word, but in terms of a sense of fulfillment, being able to reach out to people that the church really hasn't reached out to very effectively in the past, I think. To see sometime the show of appreciation gives a person a lot to go on. And I really have come to like the people that I'm working with. I enjoy them. They're friends. I see them as friends. And I look forward to each day as another opportunity to perhaps express in whatever way I can the love of Christ whom I serve in the lives of people that I am called to serve.